Hello, my friends, and welcome. Welcome to me, Mom and Dad, where we share lots of fun things, important things, recipes. For any new listeners, in a minute, I'll share how this podcast started. And I thank repeating listeners. Thank you so much. Happy summer once again. Last time I talked with you, it was around 4th of July, and we were talking about cooking on the grill because it's so hot, being outside with family and friends. So I hope you guys have started up that grill. We did recipes of going outside cooking on the grill. It's summer, and now we're way into July. Summer is going fast. It's a fun summer. Hope you guys are cooking on that grill like we talked about. So I'm going to share some recipes. Me, Mom, and Dad, I always will talk with my Parkinsons community soon in a few minutes. But first, let's talk about some recipes. Did you guys cook some roast chicken on the grill? That's what we did last time. Excuse me. And we started up that charcoal grill. So today, how about we do some pasta salad? We did a pasta salad last time, but now I'm going to do a dressing, a homemade dressing for your salads. Okay? Homemade dressing. You can get it out the bottle, but come on. Homemade is good. And this is just an everyday salad dressing. That's what we're calling it. Everyday salad dressing. And here's what you will need. 3 tablespoons of olive oil. 1 small garlic clove, pressed or minced. That means chopping it up really, really fine. Or you can use a half teaspoon of garlic powder. But that real garlic, chopping it up is so good. 1 tablespoon of freshly squeezed lemon. Or you can use red wine vinegar. I like the freshly squeezed lemon. 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard. Half teaspoon of fine salt. I use kosher salt. The fine salt would be the Morton's, just a regular salt. A quarter teaspoon of freshly cracked black pepper. So you will just get a bowl, or you can get a mason jar. You know, summertime, especially here in the South, we like to use the mason jar. You can put all these. It's fun in the summer. Put everything, all these ingredients in a mason jar. You whisk all the ingredients together in a bowl, or shake in a mason jar vigorously until completely combined. Everyday salad dressing. Serve immediately or store in the refrigerator. It'll store for 1 to 7 days. Yay! Do that salad dressing. And so pasta salad, if you're pouring this over pasta salad, lately we've been using the corkscrew type of pasta. Boil that up, my friends. And recently, my mom and I and my family, we chopped up some mozzarella chunks, chopped up some basil really fine. Like you can take your basil leaves off and roll them up, like roll them all together and then chop them up really fine. That's like a fancy name the chefs use. What's the word? It's on the tip of my tongue, the chefs say. Chiffonade. Don't make me make up something. Just top it up. It's really good. And zucchini chunks, olives, and then pour your salad dressing on there, friends. Corkscrew pasta. Sometimes I like the multicolored pasta, like it's green and different dark colors. My mom doesn't care for that tri-colored pasta. I like it, but lately we've been using the corkscrew pasta. And since we are since we are talking about summer, I'm going to give you a recipe for coconut cream pie. Coconut cream pie is so good. I never thought I'd like it, but years ago, actually, I worked on cruise ships for many years, and in Barbados, I had my first coconut cream pie, and it was all from scratch. So from then on, whenever I have it, I make it from scratch. But doing it over the stove is, yeah, you got to know what you're doing because you're combining egg yolks and half, and you do it on the stove top, and you got to be careful not to scorch your the middle part, the batter part, the pudding part of the coconut cream pie. So here, a dear friend of mine gave me a microwavable coconut cream pie, and it works, and it's good. So here's what you'll do. You will need old-fashioned coconut cream pie, microwavable. 1 4 cups of sweetened flaked coconut. That's the bag of coconut. I like the Baker's name brand. 2 4 cups of half and half. 1 can of coconut milk. The coconut milk and half together should equal 3 cups. Yeah. 5 egg yolks, my friend. Oh, you hope you guys know how to do the egg yolks. You crack the egg. You hold each shell in your hand, and you pour the white part. You got to go to YouTube, and if you don't know how to get the egg yolk, we all go to YouTube to find these things out because it's hard to explain. But you need 5 egg yolks, a 3/4 cup of white sugar, 1/3 cup of cornstarch, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Oh, I got to tell you guys how to do vanilla, homemade vanilla. I'll do that after this. This is Madagascar bourbon. That's a certain kind of vanilla. 1/4 teaspoon of almond extract. I can't say extract today. Extract. And you need a 9-inch or 10-inch baked pie crust or graham cracker crust. I like the pie crust. And one day we'll have to do homemade pie crust. And you will need 1.5 cups of heavy whipping cream. That's going to be your creamy topping, this part right here. 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar. So you preheat your oven to 350. Spread the coconut on a baking sheet and toast the coconut flakes. You just toast in the oven, and they get like nicely brown, the coconut flakes, until golden brown. About 5 minutes that takes. In a large microwavable safe bowl, combine the coconut milk, half and half, egg yolks, sugar, cornstarch, and salt. Mix well. Microwave the mixture for 1 minute at a time, whisking after each minute. That matters. Like if you were gonna microwave for 5 minutes, it wouldn't turn out good. So that's why they're saying do 1 minute at a time, then whisk. After about 4 minutes, check every 15 seconds until the mixture is thickened like pudding. So good, guys. Stir in the vanilla, almond extract, and 1 cup of the toasted coconut. Pour the filling into the pie shell and chill until firm. That's about 4 hours. You're gonna put in the refrigerator. Now I would put plastic wrap on top of this pudding mixture Um, just put plastic wrap on top. It doesn't say do that, but I would say do that. Otherwise, it sometimes puts like a, without the plastic wrap, it puts like a skin on there or something. It's not going to hurt anything. So to be safe, put a plastic wrap. Just lay plastic wrap on top of the, the plastic wrap is going to touch that pudding mixture. Lay it down on there. Pour the filling, I already said that. 4 hours. Whip the heavy whipping cream, vanilla, and confection sugar. So you're putting the heavy whipping cream, vanilla, and confection sugar separately in a bowl, and you're gonna whip it with a hand mixer or your stand mixer. You're gonna whip it to what we call. It's gonna whip until it comes to peaks. You'll see it getting real firm, and when you take the whipping, when you take a what's that called, a paddle, that it's called peaks, whipping to peaks. You'll see it just when you touch it with a spoon, the whipping cream will just stand up like a peak. And that's going to take the confection sugar is just, I didn't say a measurement for confection sugar. You just taste it until, to your taste. I like it pretty sugary, so sugarishy. And you will just whip. You'll see the whipping cream getting stiffer and stiffer. Spread whipped cream over the coconut filling. Sprinkle with the remaining cup of toasted coconut on top. Yay. It's so good. Microwavable coconut cream pie. Yes, my friends. And again, the plastic wrap, you don't have to do that. But I don't know, I do. Yay. That's so awesome. So summertime is still easy, my friends. This podcast, if any new listeners or have joined us, this podcast, Me, Mom, and Dad, we started years ago with me, my mom, and dad. My dad was diagnosed with Parkinson's years ago. He passed away and went to heaven 3 years ago, still watching over us. But we did this podcast together because it was challenging, but we found awesome things that helped him live a fruitful life with Parkinson's. And so I started a podcast with the three of us, and we shared loads of things with the Parkinson's community of how to live a fruitful life, a better life, a little better life with Parkinson's. And that's how we started doing recipes, because with my dad's Parkinson's, more family would come stay with us and gather around us. And so my mom taught my brother and sister and I how to cook, and all our family would come, and food brings people together, and we fellowship, and it would just bring joy to my dad and keep his spirits up through all his challenges with Parkinson's. And that's how I started sharing the recipes. And there you go. Speaking of my dad, I always share, we started sharing how exercise. I shout it from the rooftops on all these podcast episodes. Exercise is the key. It was the key for my dad. Most days, people didn't even know my dad had Parkinson's unless he was, friends of mine would go, I didn't know your dad had Parkinson's, because the exercise was the key. One of the keys. Several things, but that was one of the biggest keys was exercise. And my dad and I would go walking in this beautiful park that's near here. And I thought, I haven't played my dad. He's been on past episodes. So I'm going to play again today. My dad and I walking in the park one day. It says back in 2018, he and I were walking in the park. and he's talking to you guys. So here's my dad again. Here he is.
I'm here with my handsome dad. We're walking in beautiful park. How's it going, Daddy?
Going on pretty good.
Tell everybody how you walking.
I am walking in the park and enjoying it with my daughter.
What a blessing, huh?
Yes, it's a blessing.
Sunny day, a little breezy, but we're safe.
Haven't had any rain.
No rain. Nice and sunny. And you're about to go where after the park?
After the park, I'm going to the YMCA to exercise for about 15 minutes.
15 minutes, that's all?
That's all.
Oh, you're not doing the 30 minutes. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you? Good morning.
But I'm going to be walking in the park. I mean, working out at the gym. Right, Daddy?
Yeah.
Look at those purple flowers. That's pretty. All right, Daddy. Anything else you want to say to the folks?
No, you better get up out of them chairs and come on out to the park. It's nice out here.
Start moving your booties.
Moving your booties.
And exercising.
And exercise.
You with Parkinson's walking around, getting it done.
Yeah, I got Parkinson's. Take that medicine every 2 hours.
Go ahead, Daddy, do it. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Have a great day, everybody.
That's my daddy. What joy it is to hear his voice. Just makes me smile. He watches over my mom and I, my family, every day. But that's what we did. We'd go to the park and you heard him talk about his medications. I talked about that on the last episodes and a few episodes in the previously. And yes, he was on cortidopa levodopa. And that was one of the keys too that I talked about on the last episode is cortidopa levodopa he took on an empty stomach before he would eat any of his meals. So it was 2 hours we'd wait. His first cortidopa was 5 a.m. in the morning on an empty stomach, and he didn't eat 2 hours until 2 hours after. And that's what he was talking about. He is walking. And yeah, that was the key. In that particular time, 2018, he was just walking. Before my dad passed away, we'd go to the park and he was using he was using the walker, the walker where you walk in the middle of the walker. He didn't need the walker, but I just felt safer because he liked to go far in that park. So and in the summer it's so hot. So his last years on this earth, we started taking the walker. But on that episode where you just heard his recording, he was just walking. He didn't have a walker then. And that's what we like to share with the Parkinson's community. And just not even if you don't have Parkinson's, exercise is the key. Now I'm walking with little Sammy, our little puppy. He and I are walking in that park, and I feel my dad all around us. So that's what we share with the Parkinson's community. Try to get up and just start walking. My dad would go to the Y. He'd walk on the treadmill, and his park. I call it Daddy's Park because that was his park. It was so beautiful in there. And then he'd go to the Y and he'd do some machines as well. And my dad was in his 80s when he passed. He didn't pass from Parkinson's, I guess you could say. Maybe some symptoms, not symptoms, from some of the medications. He had high blood pressure, so it wasn't like just because of Parkinson's. He just was 80, almost 80, 86 or 87 when he passed. And That's why we share with the Parkinson's community. I have to play my mom too. My mom and I are. She's been on some past episodes too. I have to get her on here so you can hear from her. And yeah, my dad's name, for any new listeners, my mom's name is Gloria. My dad's name was Harold, George Harold, and I'm Tia. And for all you listeners that continue to listen, we thank you for continuing to listen. We hope you enjoy the recipes. I'll try to get my brother on here too. My brother is on some of the past episodes as well. And again, that's how we started sharing the recipes, because just keeping my dad's spirits up, because one of the symptoms of Parkinson's can be depression. So we all, when he first got diagnosed, we made a commitment that they'd all come visit us more, because we live in Georgia now. We're from the Delaware area, but we moved to Georgia some 20 some years ago, me, my mom and dad, and my brother, my sister, and all the family, my nephews, everyone comes and visits, and it just keeps my dad's spirits up. And cooking, will be just shooting the breeze cooking, and that's how we started sharing these recipes. My mom taught us all how to cook, so we keep it going. And please keep subscribing. Please subscribe, any new listeners, to our podcast on this page where you see up the top. It's a Wi-Fi looking icon up there. But you click that, and that's how you can subscribe. So I hope you guys, I talked about on the last episode how to start that grill up, charcoal grill. My brother taught me the charcoal grill. But if you have a gas grill, of course, you know. But we're just fans of. My brother taught me how to start the charcoal grill. With it being summertime, summer is going so fast, which we've been having a great time with summer. But I can't wait for the fall and the cooler breezes. And I'll share loads of the fall time, autumn time recipes. And so keep listening. Keep on listening. I hope you enjoyed hearing my wonderful dad. It just hearing his voice. Those of you, who have lost loved ones, you miss them, and I know he's looking down on us. My dad was a pastor, so we have peace when he passed away, that he always would tell us, you don't have to worry about me. I'm going home to be with the Lord. So it makes me smile to hear his voice. I miss his physical body, but I know he is looking down on us. So you guys, especially in the Parkinson's community, or whatever challenges you're facing, exercise is the key. Moving. And like I said, most of the time, all we do, we'd walk in that park. My dad, of course, went to the Y too. My mom and I went to the Y, but now I'm walking with our puppy Sam. We did have, when my dad got diagnosed with Parkinson's, we put in the garage stationary bike, a sit down. So my mom and I do use that bike. That was what he'd use in between going to the Y, and especially during COVID. My dad passed away a year after COVID. It wasn't because of COVID, but it was like during COVID we all were together, and so we couldn't go to the Y. So that stationary bike was a lifesaver, and surprisingly, it didn't cost that much. I got it on Amazon. Wonder if it's still there, and one of my nephews put it together, and it's still in there. I use it. My mom uses it, and we're walking with Sammy, and that's exercise. And that's what studies have shown with Parkinson's. It really pushes you through those symptoms of tremors and frozen legs and things like that with Parkinson's. Exercise is the key. So get up and do it, my friends. We've been doing this podcast for that recording that you heard my dad was 2018. So we've got we're putting on some years on this podcast, and we're so grateful. It's fun to do it. I'll try to get my mom on here and my brother and some of my other relatives and friends on this podcast soon. So you guys keep the faith, keep the joy. That is what my dad handed down to us as well, to keep the joy, keep the faith. And hope you enjoy the recipes today. And get out of that hot kitchen. What? I'll try to keep doing the rest of the summer some summer recipes. And last episode we did roasted chicken on the grill. So good. What else did we do? We did roasted chicken. I can't remember. You guys can go back to that episode. Thank you so much for listening to me, Mom, and Dad. And we'll keep it going. It's fun. Hope you enjoy the recipes. My email is down there too. If you want a recipe of some kind, let me know. So please enjoy the recipes, enjoy the info, my Parkinson's community, and any other folks going through some physical challenges. Please keep the faith and get up. Take one step. Starting exercise, it's like, but just get up and just walk. Just walk a couple steps and just get it started. Because that is the key, my friends. Thank you for listening to me, Mom and Dad. Enjoy the music. Happy summer.